Hi there, I'm Robin and I'm going to show you today how to create an ASP.NET MVC Core Web Application in about 5 minutes using the .NET command line interface. Alright, so let's get started. So the first thing we want to do is download the .NET Core SDK libraries. As you can see, I've just done a search here. We go into the website. And you want the SDK, not the runtime, but the SDK, where you're on Linux or Mac OS or Windows. Anyway, so I've downloaded that and I've installed it on my Windows here, so I won't do that now. What I'll do is I'll bring up my console and I'll go into alright, so we'll go MVC app. Now we want to make sure that once you've installed .NET, it's actually installed and you've got a fairly recent version. I'm on the latest 3.1100 preview 1. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to create the actual web application using one of the .NET templates. In order to do that, I'll get a list of all the templates that are currently installed. By using .NET New Help, as you'll see, there's a few templates to choose from. And I'm after the MVC one. So ASP.NET Core Web App. There's also an example here where it actually adds authentication. And what that'll do is create an authentication context for the database. So you can actually register and log in and so on. So we'll copy that and paste that there. And just wait a few moments for it to create the project. Yeah, it's just installing NuGet packages in order to create it. Okay, so now it should have created the project and we'll just see what it's put in there. Alright, so that looks like that's created. So I'll open this up with Visual Studio Code and we'll see what this brings. Alright, so we go into the C# project file. We see we've got .NET Core at 3.1 here. And it wants to install some assets. So let's just go ahead and add those. Alright, so what we have here is the configuration file. And the connection string points to the default database that it's set up using the identity library. The identity library is effectively the authorization system for ASP.NET. But we won't need to go into details about that just yet. So as you can see, it's pointing to app.db, which is this file here. I believe it's a SQLite database. When you go into a production system or you're going to deploy, you'd actually change that to SQL Server or MySQL or something else that suits the database. Anyway, so what we'll do is let's start the debugger. So we'll click this link here. Starting to build. Building, and there you go. It's just created a MVC web application that you can register as a user. Registering as you. Okay, so test at test.com. confirm. Now let's log in that user test@test.com. Aha! There we go. As you can see, it's logged in over there. We have 2 pages, privacy policy and home. And if we click on here, we can go to manage. And we can manage things like email, password, 2-factor authentication is already, and then personal data. So this is all part of just that single template command line that I did in one line. Okay, so now if we go back to the Visual Studio Code, see there's a single home controller, and go to the views. There's just 2 pages, Razor pages, and the actual login page. And it's the login page. So it's actually created everything we need for a website with a registration system built in using the ASP.NET Core Identity Library. All right, well, that concludes this session. Thanks.